who of course is making his way back home to Germany after this event and after DreamHack. So definitely strong player. I'm of course day 9, joined by the illustrious JP McDaniel. JP, we have the coolest seats in the house.
Indeed. So looks like the little one will be spawning as the blue Zerg here at the 12 o'clock position, the better spawning point for Zerg users, and Kiwikaki, the red Protoss, here at the 3 o'clock position on Scrap Station.
Now, Kiwikaki is going to have to pull some very clever antics on this map because it is an uphill battle. If we even go over here to Dario's base, we look around and there is only this entrance to his main. Sure, there's this little bit of cliff, but that is easily protected by taking your natural expansion, which, as you note, has nothing funky around it and is, of course, farther away from the Protoss. That is why Zerg players love this map. And there's the 9 Overlord from the little one. And Kiwikaki, again, seems very, very strident about doing this opening every single time.
And now, really, what does this kind of signify to you with that pylon going down?
In my eyes,
at,
he's probably going to be going for a fast forge. And he's going to be building cannons and probably laughing a little bit, as Protoss players who cannon rush do. Immediately followed by losing has been his next follow-up to that. Unfortunately so. I mean, it's very hard to deal with this back destructible debris. Zerglings and roaches take it out. Even if you do the solid wall off, you still have a lot of trouble. And there we see that the drones are continuing to be made. And, yep, is that a forge going down?
It is indeed a forge.
Yeah.
So here comes Dario. Looks like he's going pull first here on 14. And where are the pylons going to be dropping down? You do see pylons sometimes behind the mineral line. There goes one pylon. So if the little one does decide to do any fast expand or throw down a hatchery anytime soon, cannons will be there to meet him.
Looks like the little one is just going ahead and sending it directly towards his third base, inviting the cannon to go down. Little one knows exactly what is going on. The Overlord sees everything that is here. So as we see, the little one is going to be expanding here, or will he go for the gold? No, going for the slightly closer third base, and in the meantime, getting a spawning pool almost complete.
Yeah, spawning pool almost finished. Going to be making a couple of lings here. There goes a gateway. Kiwikaki's going to need to go ahead and finish this wall off, or those lings will obviously get into his mineral line and kill many, many probes. Now, let's go ahead and look into the main of Dario. Looks like 6 lings will be coming out of that hatchery and not getting a queen just yet.
Looks like he even forgot an Overlord. Ooh, a little bit of a blunder there, but did want to get as many Zerglings out as possible. I would definitely recommend doing an extractor trick just so we can begin building that queen much earlier. Meanwhile, we see Kiwikaki has built no cannons in his main. Oh no, and it looks like these 2 Zerglings are going over to this top pylon. There the photon cannons building, and the probe is going to get taken out so easily. And there the cannons begin going down, and really Kiwikaki is in a buttload of trouble.
Yeah, this is a really, really bad spot to be in. No Zealots currently in production for Kiwikaki. Is he going to be throwing down? There is one cannon and a cybernetics core to go ahead and wall off there. I do believe it's a complete wall off at his ramp. The pylons have fallen, and that was a pretty not effective whatsoever cannon rush.
Yeah, the one advantage is that it does put little one very far forward here, but still his second base that he wanted originally is quite defensible. And now there is a pylon going down here, and I'm not so sure how much I like that because I'm almost certain little one is going to begin knocking at these destructible debris right away.
And there you go, as the lings have started onto the destructible debris and lings. Let's see if he's actually producing drones going in the production tab. Yep, looks like a couple of drones are into production there. He does in fact see that stalkers are coming out of that gateway with the 1 photon cannon, and there is nothing stopping Dario from killing these destructible rocks right now. Looks like a Stargate from Kiwikaki, but he does in fact see those lings, and he's not really doing too much about it currently.
He's getting 1 stalker out, and it does look like the Roach Warren is up for the little one, but as we see, only drones being produced at that second hatch. He actually has both queens down there, adding a ton of creep tumors. And there's the stalker, hopefully going to be enough to repel little one, but as we see, it looks like little one is just pulling back the Zerglings one at a time, wants to do as much damage as he can before getting repelled.
Dario has stopped production on most of his drones, only having 3 currently mining from his new expansion. He has produced a lot of roaches, though currently supply blocked as a Overlord is about halfway complete, just now starting ling speed, and here comes a Void Ray from Kiwikaki.
And we can clearly see why Kiwikaki's opening was smart. The main and the natural are not joined together by creep, so the two queens, initially the only anti-air Zerg has, cannot join together. They would have to cross this large path of no creep. Very, very clever play by Kiwikaki, forcing Zerg to be spread out like that. But uh-oh, it's going to be up to this one lone stalker to prevent the little one from actually knocking these destructible debris down.
And it looks like he's trying his hardest there, but the roaches do have an angle that the stalker can't hit, but that Void Ray can sure hit him. And the Overlord did not see anything in the main of Kiwikaki tech-wise, but now he knows exactly what this Protoss player is up to, as the roaches are simply killing, or as the Void Ray is simply killing those roaches.
So there goes down one queen, and it looks like a layer is almost done for the little one, but he's going to need to begin making spore crawlers very fast. And there's a spore crawler already going down. Little one knew something was up, but here comes a Void Ray already beginning to do damage to this queen. Again, the damage type has been changed a little bit. It does do 10 damage versus armored, but now it's fully charged and just annihilating that queen.
Queen will fall. Looks like the second one has not been pulled from the main, as that is a marathon of a walk. Second Void Ray has joined his friend. Kiwikaki almost forgetting to pull that Void Ray back in it. Oh, it does not fall. The second one will surely kill that Spore Crawler. Here comes the second Queen, though, and it does kill it. And Kiwikaki might lose his second Void Ray if Dara simply attacks, and he does indeed attack. Who is going to win this fight, Sean?
Oh, it looks like it's going to be close, and oh, the little one manages to take down the Void Ray. Kiwikaki in a very awkward spot because these destructible debris are getting very close to down. And it looks like this one photon cannon was not actually in range of those roaches. And right now Kiwikaki is desperately trying to seal up his front and also begin putting pressure on with warp gate units.
Continuing making a Void Ray as one just has popped out of that Stargate. Another one coming along very shortly. Now he's begun killing that roach very slowly with those Void Rays. The destructible rocks are about to fall down, or the little one is actually going to fall back there. He will, of course, lose those roaches. He might have probably been better off just killing those destructible debris. Kiwikaki forgetting to keep attacking. He does take out those two creep tumors, so no more creep tumors at the front of that creep going straight towards Kiwikaki's base. Second Void Ray is about to finish right now, and Kiwikaki up to 4 gates currently, but Dario has a nice creep spread almost connecting his main to this expansion. And Hydralisk are out on the field. This Void Ray most surely will fall. Oh, a nice transfuse
to keep the Hydra alive. Very, very nice play there by the little one. Expo going down for Kiwikaki, and it looks like he's finally beginning to return back to usual units in this matchup.
He has been he has thrown down a Nexus there at his natural, finally going on 2 bases, which really was his plan all along with that Forge opener. And there are drones just sitting at the natural expansion of Dario, finally throwing one of those to make a hatchery. Looks like he forgot where he threw that expansion down earlier in the match.
Void Rays still floating around for Kiwikaki, but as we see, those Hydros are going to be able to shut them down quite quickly. Does he have the range upgrade? No, not quite yet, but still, this is a big threat that Kiwikaki needs to worry about, and I'm very curious to see how Kiwikaki will be able to deal with this. These queens from the little one spreading creep so aggressively. Look at this giant banana shape on the map as he constantly advances forward with these creep tumors.
And it looks like melee upgrades level 1 have been started by the little one. Not really sure. I guess he's going to be getting that obviously for his lings, but currently he's getting a lot of anti. And there goes the Void Ray falling to those 2 forward queens. Dario is really one of the only Zerg players that I've ever seen utilize queens at the front of the creep and doing anything he can to attack with them. This pylon does seal off that the debris that were once there but now have fallen to the units of the little one.
Looks like he's getting melee attacks level 1. Very interesting considering he's focusing mainly on Hydras and Roaches, but looks like he's getting that fast infestation pit, perhaps for a very quick ultra rush. Little one now moving in with the Overlord to try to get a sense of what's up, and it is just Stalkers from Kiwikaki poking around Kiwikaki's base. We see that he only has 3 gateways, hasn't really made use of the Stargate for some time, but could very easily get carriers because they're awesome.
Kiwikaki has built up a little bit of an army, but he's stuck inside of his base until that pylon decides to fall. The little one continuing to produce lings and adding a couple of Hydralisks to his army. He does have a new expansion here up at his natural expansion. Melee upgrades about to finish, as well as roach speed.
Now, we haven't really seen a big late-game transition from Little One yet. His Infestation Pit has just finished. Just continuing to make Zerglings is not a way to continue playing in the mid-game. Little One has a surprisingly small army. Look at Kiwikaki moving out so aggressively and on creep. But here comes the Little One. He's going to try to move in for a surround, but Kiwikaki very patiently pulling back.
Yeah, these two Hydralisks might end up dying as it looks like a miss rally from the little one, and there they go, easily being taken out by Kiwikaki. The little one moving his units forward just a little bit. Where is this? Okay, it looks like the Overseer was taking a couple of damage from that forward photon cannon at that ramp of Kiwikaki, and here comes a robotics facility for the Protoss player at his natural expansion.
There's the pathogen glands again. Little One seems intent on making infestors as part of his unit mix. Kiwikaki is continuing to make almost exclusively stalkers, as in combination with those force fields are quite solid units. Looks like the Little One is just curling in on himself in terms of creep spread. Has the entire map gooped up, and there's the Forge getting contaminated by the Little One. That will not be able to upgrade for the following 30 seconds, and still lots of units being churned out by the Little One, as it looks like he's slowly gearing up to take the bottom left.
Contaminate is one of those abilities that we didn't really see too much until just a while ago. Zerg users are finally figuring out exactly where to work it into their play, and like you were saying, it does not allow anything to be built or upgraded from any structures for 30 seconds. You saw actually Xenio use that very well against Idra in another tournament in South Korea. So there are a ton of queens, which is not out of the ordinary from a player like Dario, and Kiwikaki's thinking of cutting straight to the middle after he does all the damage onto these creep tumors, getting that creep out of his base.
Kiwikaki is very proactive about picking off creep tumors, often just getting the robo base so we can get the observer to take them out. We do see that +1 weapons is going down, as well as Blink. That is Kiwikaki's favorite unit to use against Zergs. But here comes the Little One, and there's a huge fungal growth. Force fields trying to be thrown down, but those stalkers cannot move anywhere. The Zerglings are doing enormous damage, but look at that arc of force fields, and he finds a hole in the defense, and is just surrounding everything. The Little One doing something that I think no one thought he could, taking out Kiwikaki, advancing in here. There's almost no defense at all from Kiwikaki.
And here's Kiwikaki trying to live as long as possible, but there are only gateways right now. Blink is almost finished, but we probably will be seeing a GG here very soon. More stalkers being warped in there. Blink almost finished, but I don't believe he has enough units to defend against these roaches and hydras, as well as this lone queen who is moseying her way along. The Overseer has begun, and here comes two more Overseers. The infestors are on the back. Probes have been sent into attack. Kiwikaki trying his hardest to kite with these stalkers, but I think TLO has just simply overwhelmed
there's
them.
The good game.
Wow. Kiwikaki joining Idra, Select, and Huck in the losers bracket now.
The top 4 players seeded in this tournament are all in the losers bracket now, and it seems like every new face from Team Liquid is really just ripping through that winner's bracket.
Team Liquid coming in with a lot of players that were very good in terms of tournament experience and other tournaments, but first time coming to MLG, and Little One just putting on kind of a clinic on how to stay calm and not overreact to anything. Played that match beautifully.
Yeah, you know, I think that first game is an excellent example of how Little One is much more of a thinking player. Honestly, 99% of players, if they are up against some very fast stalker play like what Kiwikaki did, if they don't die to the initial push, they try to just get back on the normal train of thinking. But we saw the Little One saying, okay, well, if you're going to cheese me that way, I'm going to break down your backdoor rock, so I have an aggressive opportunity immediately after I'm back on my feet, and that was just a little bit too much for Kiwikaki to handle.
Yeah, so I still cannot believe that the top 4 seeded for this event
yeah.
are all in the losers bracket. I mean, that just shows how many good players are here in Dallas, Texas for the national championships of MLG.
So I do believe we'll be doing some more winners bracket action coming up as players are continuing to drill through one another in the losers bracket, but there's just a few too many exceptional games in the winners bracket. So I'm Day 9.
I'm JP.
And we'll be back after this short commercial break with more winners bracket action.